Today we're going to make robots. Now we've been talking a lot about shapes and we have watched some videos about different kinds of robots. And here's my lesson plan. We actually drew some books along with robots and we used some foam shapes to build robots. Well, today you're going to make your own paper robot. And you're going to have a large piece of paper and I want you facing it up and down just like this, okay? And you're going to have some shapes at your table that are left over from other projects. This was a triangle shape that I had. There are strips at the back of the room from other classes that are doing paper weaving. And I have scrap paper we can get out of the boxes. And I also have stencils. This is a heart. See how this one says rectangle? And then I have ovals. I have funny little shapes that look like this. Now with these artists, remember, Mrs. Milligan uses them over and over, so please do not cut them, do not draw on them. Remember, we set them on a piece of paper, we trace it with our pencil, use it all the way to the edge so we could still have this wonderful piece of paper to use again, okay? So we have not glued anything down, or I have not glued anything down, and I've just kind of been placing some pieces down and thinking about what I want my robot to look like. Because you've drawn robots, like I said, and used the shapes. I like the square for the head, the triangle for the ears. I've given him an antenna. He's got another set of little ears here, okay? And these are his shoulders. Now everybody's going to have their own big white piece, thick piece of cardboard paper that will be the size of your body. So your body needs to be at least this big. If you want to cover this or draw on this, you can. It's your robot, okay? So you can take this aside and use it on a scrap piece of paper to draw on with markers if you want. I'm not going to use markers. I'm going to use paper. So if I look at my robot, like I said, I'm still designing it, setting up the way I want. There's his shoulders. I haven't glued anything. And if we don't get to gluing today, that's okay. I don't know if I like those arms, but what I'm going to do, if you take a piece of paper and you fold it in half, then you have two equal pieces. These are the strips. See how I would line it up right there, and there is, I can put stripes. I'm going to fold this in half though. Then I will have how many? I will be having two pieces. And I'm going to cut it in half this way. Then you could fold it again if you wanted to like this and make shorter pieces. Then instead of two, I would have four. I think Mrs. Milligan's going to do that. So I'm going to fold it like this. Remember, massage it or crease it. Make sure it's lined up. Cut it in half and snap your fingers. Now it's magic. We have four pieces. So you could line this up. Oh, see how my head got moved around? That's okay. I haven't glued it yet. I like that, the way that looks, like he's an actual little robot, and that's his little pieces. Okay, now, if I fold this in three pieces, one, I have three, I folded it twice, but look, I will have three pieces, okay? You could also do something like this and add that to your robot. If you want to have hair coming off your robot, go ahead. I'm going to take this, use a marker so you can see it. You're going to use a pencil. And I'm going to draw a nice big circle. That is the buttons. Can you see that better? That's the buttons of my robot. And I'm going to take my scissors, leave it folded together, and it should be magic. When I get done, I should have three pieces. Now you have your little blue buckets at your table to put all these little pieces of scraps that we will not use again in there, and we'll recycle those. Snap your fingers. Now, see how we have. We have one, two, three. I like the way that robot looks. Now this is for an example. Like I said, I haven't glued anything. You need to have a body, a head, ears, arms, just like what we drew. Some hands and some legs to your robot. Make them creative. Maybe you want to trace a heart Put it on the face, okay? Have another piece. You can use, like I said, the ovals. I'm going to show you this. You can have any shapes you want. Oh, that could be his eyes. You could name your robot. You could also take this little piece of paper and maybe create it into something, okay? You don't have to use a regular shape. Maybe this one that looks like a banana, okay? Oh, I need to curve this just a little bit more. Looks like a banana. What does that become? That becomes my robot's mouth. So today we're going to create using scrap paper. Ooh, maybe he would have turquoise legs, okay? Lay those up there. And we're going to make paper robots. Again, Mrs. Milligan said that if you want to, what could you do? You could fold a piece of paper back and forth, and you could have a fancy robot where this paper would actually be coming off. Oh, maybe his arms look like that, and they come off, and then we put some more paper. So enjoy, have an awesome time making your robots. Then after that, after you get everything laid out how you want, Mrs. Milligan's not done with hers. Remember, you use a glue stick, and if you have a big piece like this piece here, use this example of another one over here. So if I mess it up, it won't be a big deal. Remember what we do? We go all the way around, okay, with our glue stick. And when we set this down, this was another one that I had designed. And when we set it down on our paper, I'm just using this as an example. This isn't my robot. Then we would set it down and we would very carefully rub all the way around. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing some amazing robots.